Hey guys, how is everybody doing? I'm already choked. Why is my head off the? What has happened over here? How does this stuff get messed up? How does this get messed up? See, gravity. Gravity's my nemesis. Like if I was a superhero, gravity is what I'd be fighting. I hate gravity. Such a nemesis to everything. So anyway, look at this. It keeps moving. My hair's messed up. I looked at myself at all today. I showered and all that good stuff. I am not wearing underwear. I know I look like it. This shirt reminds me of the trap door. Can you guys hear me? I didn't even do an audio check. The trap door long johns. You know what I'm talking about? I used the onesies long johns. Hey, Dale Mary Sports Highlights. I wasn't gonna go that. I want to get through this. I really need to. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time today. Anyway, yeah, the onesies underwear things what I was talking about. I when I play guitar, I used to wear them with my chaps. It's a thing. Yeah. Rock and roll's a thing. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Ow, I just poked my tongue. I forgot. What's not going in there? Tonight's dinner is brought to you by the new Reese's One protein bar. Isn't that fun? Anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm not trying to skip anybody tonight, okay? I want to get through a lot of stuff. This has been a hard stream. This has been a hard day for me, but I do want to point out, so like Side Eyes just here, like I said, actually that's 2 for 1 right there. So Side Eyes, I was in a lot of different streams today, y'all. I was unsupervised. So anyway, I was in the streams, and I was like, I didn't know Side Eyes was over in AJ's stream, and I haven't seen AJ in like a month, right? And so anyway, I went over there to mess with our friend AJ, and then I saw Side Eyes, and then I saw Dodo over there, and so I was hanging out with them for a while. I said, where else was I? I was in I gotta tell you guys about X, man, that was bad. And hey, Yogi Texas Alien. Texas Aliens. You know, ZZ Top talked about that in the song. What is it? My head's in Mississippi, right? Shoveling through the Texas sand. But my head's in Mississippi. We're Totes BFF experts. Totes? How do I know Totes? Who's Totes? What'd I do to Totes? I don't know. What's happening, Zach? Patty Cakes checking in. I love it. Hey Danielle, what's going on? And I saw the laser taser here. There, Alicia for Horses. How are you? How are you doing? All right. So see, I'm already. You guys distract me, which is a positive thing. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, there she is. See? Heather May, what's going on? So, in my mind, I had this idea. What I wanted to do. I want to put a video out. Is what I said. And I've been doing all this stuff, and I was like, oh. And so, you ever have that day you just don't want to do your homework, right? You don't want to do it. I did not want to do it. Things, how you doing? So I didn't. I kept postponing doing anything, and then I looked at it and I was like, "Holy cow! It's not 6 o'clock. It's not 7 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock." And so, Mommy Spice, what's going on? Do you get that video I sent you? Not mine. It was a list of clips about somebody else. I think it was a list of clips. List of clips Clipped another video. Yeah, it's like four-way. It's a four-way clipper. So anyway, um, God, I swear, like I look so weird. I look like this thing, you know? It's like I feel like because I don't have any body hair or anything, you know. I'm just like it's weird. I feel weird. I won't stream in this shirt again. I'll be too conscious. Um, what are you doing? WTF? I mean, but so here's the thing. I started doing the deep dive into like turtle. I want to go into like the legal stuff. So that's what my video in my mind I want to do. And I was like, well, let's go. Let's do this thing. It's fresh because you know it's from last week. It's so fresh. And I was like, well, let's do this. We'll go into it, and we'll read the charges, and you know I'll be like, huh, this is weird because I really haven't had a chance to really give my so like I want to the way I work in my brain. Somebody just dinged me, and I don't know who or from where. So that's a lost ding. Where'd my ding go? Who just dinged me? Uh oh. You know, there's this part of me that's a creator, a fellow creator. I won't say who because they're not going to. Just message me, and I'm like, either she knows, he knows. I'm gonna say who it is, he or she, you know, whatever. Anonymous knows I'm streaming, or they don't. And it's funny because if they don't know, I mean that's cool. I mean, I don't even know if I'm streaming or not. If they do know, you know, I'm just sitting there going, "Oh man, they're messing with me." Anyway, hey Venom, how are you? Debbie Webb. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I get distracted. But it's not that I'm distracted, it's that I'm hyper focused on little things very quickly. My brain is very advanced. That's what I told my hall monitors. Anyway, um probation officer. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this whole breakdown. So I started talking to Grok today because I was like, what I like to do is get like an idea, like a basic idea of what's happening. I want to be given a direction to start shooting off into. And uh so I started talking and then all this other stuff started happening. Today I got I was all over the place on X today because I don't like a lot of the stuff that's happening right now. It just seems very suspicious. The and brown dog just barked. He doesn't ever bark. It's but it has nothing to do with TurtleBoy. It has nothing to do with that. Oh, I found out though. Nurse Kim, if you guys know her, she said my favorite line the other day on the stream with Emily was I'm sorry, I'm snacking like a bitch up here. Anyway, she I did not know I had a gifted membership. Well, you have to check out the benefits. Members have benefits. She hunts. Good to see you, babe. Anyway, all this stuff's happening, and then I also was at the point I went and told White Rabbit. I was like, I have creators block. Like I can't. I'm not motivated. I can't do something. And there you go, Kate. Good to see you. T-Rex, how you doing, buddy? I forgot to send you that. I think that's my problem. It's pushing buttons. It's pushing buttons. Strains, how are you? I'm a member of benefits. Good. I'm glad you enjoy them. Strains, who was it? Was the other day? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Emily. Emily loved your name. It said that it came from almost said Wizard of Oz. Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. I don't know anything about Alice in Wonderland or the Wizard of Oz or anything. I'm not very cultured. That am I making sense? No, wait, seriously, this is right. Last time you were here, I think you made a comment also. That was really cool. That's right. That's why the whole thing. That was full circle. It's full circle now. That's how Emily got involved and everything else. There you go. So I went and told the White Rabbit, I was like, see, that's all I know about Alice in Wonderland. Always chasing, follow the White Rabbit. I'm smart. I got brains on me there. I thought I couldn't think of anything. And then I came back. I was like, wait a second, I have all this information from Grok. I was like, we had a great stream with Grok before. And I was like, I want to go through this. Why am I worried about making a video? Let's go through this and you guys can tell me because Grok is amazing technology. There's a lot of times when I'm sitting there going, I know that's not the correct answer. I asked you a question that I kind of knew the answer to, and that's not it. Like when I asked I asked for a quotation from Patrick Henry, the "Give me liberty or give me death," and she started quoting Nelson Mandela, and you can't say his name too much, or next thing you know, the Mandela effect kicks in, and you're going to be in a different string theory. But anyway, so bad again, my computer messes up. Yeah, my whole thing's messed up. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Sucks to be you. Hey, I'm just gonna warn you, sucks. Because T42, like people will say hi to her, it gets blocked. If anybody sees sucks getting blocked, go ahead and push sucks through. It's a cool name. Harry Williams, how are you doing? I didn't mean to pull you up again. So hey, Roseman. See right there. Who was that? Hold on. Who just said hi to T? It blocked you. As then that's what T has to do here. That's her punishment. That's why she's over here. It's just that when people say hi to her, she just has to go and push it through. But anyway, so I the whole block thing, and I've got this whole Grok. We're gonna go over all that. You guys are gonna tell me what's going on. But then I got back over on X, and I saw where the district attorney, the guy that talks funny, Sylvester sounding guy, he's well, wait, hold on. Who's not in general? What? See, this is what happens when I get involved in conversations that I don't belong in. Brenda, how you doing? Melody Couture. This is a true, honest to God story about this chick, right? We all love Melody over here. She went on a trip, interstate system, the big roads. She went into the rest area, and she came out. And she didn't have her pants. You are in charge of keeping me focused, okay, Strands? Yeah, sorry. I saw it, and I was like, oh, no, you have a role now. But anyway, Melody Couture lost her pants in the rest area. It was amazing. I didn't see it, so I don't know how amazing it was. You know what? Let me just go back to the district attorney, Morrissey. I'm gonna put my earbuds in. I just pulled it up. I hope it plays the video. I just got my earbuds. Where'd they get? You guys, I swear. I'm nice, just a funny name. Ah! There's so many wonderful things that can be said there. I love you guys. I mean, I'm telling you what, I really did. I did not feel good. I did not want to do it. I was like, I have right now. Okay, like I can feel myself. I've got so much going on in my brain. Like because I've been studying this stuff all day, and kind of like all weekend, and I don't have an outlet. Like this week, if you saw, I didn't have an outlet to discuss this, and it's amazing to me. It's nonstop. So when I get here, this is the time when you guys remember, like, how many of you like studied Anybody, how many smokers are there? You know, I don't smoke. I never smoked. I don't think I've ever had a friction burn. Anyway, but yeah, I had a lot of friends that is like they had to like, they're like, I gotta go out and smoke a cigarette. Like, I didn't know you smoked. I said I didn't until I started studying this. That's how I feel. It's like I need that break. So you guys are my break. And it's all coming out right now in a beautiful rainbow of glitter. I got glitter of the mouth tonight. All right. Where is my little button here? It cracks me up every time. And I want to, is it share screen? I always forget these things. Bump. There we go. All right. So, why is this the micro? It's so tiny, so small. So this happened. Evidently, there's a new option that happens on StreamYards. It doesn't automatically bring up my screen. There we are. I just realized I don't have that option. This little square right here, I didn't have that option where I was. That just it's delayed. This is on a delay. Wonderful. Well, hey, side eyes, yes. We all take rides on the struggle bus every now and then. We understand. Side eyes, let's have a smoke. Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Wiggle, 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 yeah.
I like turtles.
Oh my goodness, this is still too small. How does anybody do? Why is this over here? Go away. Oh my gosh, I swear. Why do these things keep happening? All right. Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey announced Monday that he would not seek re-election to the office in November. So let's see here. This is January, so that's 10 months away. I don't. How's the usual cycle go? I'm trying to think. You guys know I do a lot of campaigns. My background's in politics before I went to law school. So sorry, I'm reading some of y'all's chat. Hey, T. O'Connor. But anyway, it's so like you do look at a campaign. A campaign, I mean, there's no time. It doesn't. When do you announce for a campaign? When's the ideal time? All this other stuff. It's I don't know when he announced he was going to run for re-election, but then to say today, well, he woke up. So his weekend, all right, was I'll tell you. So, oh wait, this is first quarter's coming up. Oh, guess what, y'all? The financial stuff usually comes in first quarter. It's due in like January or February, something like that. Oh man, I don't know when the financials are due. Oh, I would love to see that. So if the financials are due in like next couple of weeks, and he's looking at his bank account, he doesn't have because I can't imagine his war chest is overflowing with funds. I mean, people that have too much have one. You never have a candidate with too much money. Two, a candidate that has on paper a lot of money. They build it up so that way it's intimidating for somebody to run against them. I can't imagine that he's having a good time trying to raise money. So he's sitting there. This is how this is how I would imagine his weekend was. He had to pick up that phone and he started calling the people that have donated before, people that he thinks maybe he could twist their arm a little bit to get a donation out of, stuff like that. And hey, Winks, Eddie's Music Man, how you doing? Anyway, I would assume he's not having a good financial run, and probably got wind that his opponent is going to have just a smashing financial report. And that's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing for an incumbent. So you've got that, you've got all this other stuff. He could be also looking at oh, wait a second. Here you go. This is why I wanted to do all this. So he didn't have his typical yearly fundraiser this year. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Okay. So anyway, evidently, I really bet you he was hurting for money. He made calls all weekend. He didn't have a good response. So when a politician is making the phone calls, right? You start with people that can max out. And these are also people that they own a lot of business and stuff like that. They are very invested into the community. And all of a sudden they're saying, "Oh, well, Morrissey, I really like you, but I don't have as much this year. I can give you instead of like what the max used to be 2,500. Well, I'll give you 500." And it's like, well, you mind doing a fundraiser for me? Get all your rich friends together and donate to me. Well, I just don't feel like we can do that this year. What that's telling you is that people lose confidence in the candidate, and people that have a lot of money, they got that way for a reason, and they don't like to invest. They don't like to make poor investments. And Morrissey was seen as a poor investment, and he knew that, and that's why he had to step down. This is my speculation. Okay. Let's take Morrissey. I use Morrissey's name. Let's take that out and just say this is politician X. That's how it works. If you've ever been around it, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, Zinjin, how you doing? All right. Where was I? There you go. And Morrissey only released a 4-word statement. Oh, that's after Reed saying. Sorry. Morrissey served. All right, here we go. I skipped ahead. Morrissey served as the county's district attorney for 15 years, and his office has prosecuted several high-profile cases, including the murder trials of Karen Reed and Brian Walsh. Morrissey was notably silent and absent from the public eye in the days after Reed was found not guilty of the murder of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Morrissey only released a 4-word statement after Reed's verdict saying that the jury has spoken. That's a weird statement. You want to, when does an attorney ever not have the words to say? You kind of feel like they should say, Debbie Joe. He clearly won't be getting any money from Big Alberts since all their money going towards legal fees of their own. See, I don't even know what's going on with all that. That's awesome, Zinjen. That's awesome. Strains, thank you. Adam Deach. So that's how I saw this. Emily C comment on Adam's thing. I don't know who he is, right? I don't know any of this stuff. And I was going to make fun of it because he has the wrong date on his press release. And I was like, oh my gosh, like who does that? And anyway, he came back and he's got no, I was like, oh, this is the guy that's running against him. And there she is, Rosalind Duke. Can you imagine being so famous that a community erects a statue in your honor? Ladies and gentlemen, here's my friend Rosalind. Roz, you don't have to make a statue of me, okay? I mean, that's kind of flattering, I guess. That's okay. I appreciate it though. Thank you. You know what though, Rosalind? Let's just do this. This would kind of be a cool statue, but I think the wrong people might. Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Y'all, Rosalind put out a video today that I absolutely loved, and it kind of tells you a little bit about me. It was about social media influencers and how they are pushing the sale of counterfeit designer handbags. And I hate people. Designer, it's a big thing. And then I realized, like, why am I talking about women's purses? That doesn't sound very masculine, but I happen to know it. And then, of course, her video is a good video. Rosalind has good skills. And she started talking about all these like Neiman Marcus last call and stuff. I was like, oh man, I forget. I haven't been there in a long time. And then I realized I was like, man, I'd like to go down to Dallas and just go hang out with her while she goes shopping. And I'm that guy. I like to go shopping. It's fun. Anyway, sorry. Wait, hold on, that's the wrong button. There we go. Let's see here. Morrissey released a forward statement. The last Morrissey was in the public eye. The last time Morrissey was in the public eye, I didn't know this, was following the murder trial of Walsh, who was found guilty of murder in connection with his wife. Morrissey thanked the jurors for their work in the case and said that the case was very difficult. He should have said that same thing before. Now, here's what I was going to play. I thought that he gave a press conference to say, it saddens me, I'm not going to do this. Like how Tim Walsh did. Let's see what this says. This might be the he doesn't want. Oh, there you go.
I'm Michael Morrissey, the Norfolk District Attorney, and with me today, standing behind me, some of the most important people in the event you witnessed over the last few weeks. And
this is for Brian Walsh.
I have members of the Cohasset State Police as well as my trial team are with me today. Did an outstanding job. I would be remiss if I didn't.
Did you see that? He looked down. He's like, "And my trial team did an outstanding job." This guy looks defeated. He just won for the people. He won the prosecution of a guy that supposedly, I don't know. I didn't watch this. I don't know who Brian Walsh is. I think I heard his name, but he looked very defeated in that. Oh, wait, hold on. TurtleBoy has protested outside Morrissey's yearly fundraiser before with his. Oh. That is. No, I'm gonna make a joke out of that, which I should. All right, so he's not running. He did he thanked the members of law enforcement as well as employees. That was for that. He released a statement regarding Morrissey's decision. Okay, this is. Oh, wait a second. Excuse me. I read that wrong. In a statement released Monday, Morrissey said that he was proud to have given a voice to countless victims over the years, and I am deeply grateful for the trust placed in me and the Norfolk District Attorney's Office. He thanked the members of law enforcement as well as the employees of the Norfolk District Attorney's Office and noted that his decision not to run in November would begin a new chapter in his life. Former Assistant U.S. Attorney Adam Deesh, is that how you say it? Announced in November that he would run for Norfolk District Attorney, at the time challenging Morrissey's incumbency. So that's only 2 months ago. Deesh released a statement regarding Morrissey's decision, saying that he wishes him the best and that Norfolk County deserves a new, credible, outside perspective to restore faith and confidence. All those things seem very real. DeJuna Perkins, who's also running for office, released a statement. Michael Morrissey's decision to not seek re-election is the right one, Perkins said. Now residents of Norfolk County have the opportunity to elect a qualified district attorney committed to the pursuit of justice, free from bias, conflict, and political entanglements. Now here's the thing, and I don't know. I'm just going to give some random off the cuff remarks, okay? So, trust me, he was. You know, he'll talk. You need to. You love him. Diatech. That's how I pronounce that, right? Local cops were paying to support him. I didn't know that. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay, never mind. Hang on. I'm trying to remember what's going on. So we have Turtle Boys coming up in a couple of weeks, right? Now, with the drama behind on the Turtle Boy stuff is that he's always an awful person. He's intimidating witnesses. He's got a megaphone, yeah, a megaphone. He's got turtles in his basement. I don't know, whatever the guy's saying. He said everything about him, right? That's another thing. Like, why today? Why not wait and just get your political nemesis, you know? So the thought that got me was, what will this mean for Turtle Boy? And I'm not saying that it means something positive. I'm not saying it means something bad, but I would not be surprised if the district attorney's office in the next few days, or I say a few days before Turtle Boy's case, makes a play, and either they reach out to him and try to get a some kind of settlement. I say settlement, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Plea bargain. Try to get a plea bargain, or they're going to change the charges of, because what we're looking at is Turtle Boy's looking at a life sentence for intimidating witnesses that based on the wording in the statute was based on feelings, witness feelings. Massachusetts is a weird place. Sorry, y'all. I mean, it's a Commonwealth, all right? Let's just go with it. It's a Commonwealth. But yay! Hang on here. See, bad duck. I pulled him up and didn't even say anything. So who knows what he wrote. Today, a fortune cookie told me that every exit is an entrance. Long story short, my girlfriend said no.
Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I can't take this. I cannot take this.
I like turtles. I like turtles.
I got excited there, Bad Duck, because I have a fortune cookie around here. It says, what does it say? Oh, which would this one say I kept? Go to bed. Go to bed. Which, the old saying of, what is it, the old saying? You put in bed at the end of every fortune cookie statement. Go to bed, in bed. It's very bad. They need to drop the charges as the prosecutors have been conflicted off the case. The problem with this is that when the prosecutor is the only one that can say, I have a conflict of interest in here. And if you try to say, you try to go to a judge, you try to appeal, saying, I think that there's a conflict here, is that the attorney that appears to be in conflict is gets to give their case why they are not in conflict and how they can do a fair representation here for the people. Is this the fur missile mama? And you guys, once again, Miss Jessica here, she's got like 27 of these wild, huge, targeting dogs. And it's awesome. It's awesome. And anyway, that's all. I was like, these aren't dogs. It's what is that? I forget the breed name, but anyway, it's is it Australian? And there's like an Austrian Shepherd. There's all these different shepherds. I just know the Germans. Okay. I mean, like Baker, I call him a German. Everything's a German if it's not English. But I love it. I think she's great. She's a hoot, and so she became the fur missile mama over here. The specially appointed prosecutor is literally being sued by a witness in the case. That's weird. That's weird. So everything I've said about Morrissey and stuff, this is just opinion, right? It's not nothing, not a legal analysis. It's a political analysis. When I saw it, man, I was like, when I figured it out, when I figured out who they were talking about, I was like, oh yeah, man, this doesn't look good for them. Doesn't look good at all. So it's another win for the toe, the turtle toe. That's a positive thing if you're new to this. All right, guys, let's go to what y'all came here for. All right, let me get the move that. We got to add this. Why is this being different now? I don't like. No, that's not it. I don't like StreamYard's changes. Let's see if you guys can share along here with me. First of all, let's get us over here to the cool side. Yeah, there we go. All right, so, I asked some questions and stuff. I was like, let's go back simple. What is the blogger TurtleBoy charged with? And I laughed, inside when I said blogger, because in that, like, one of the things that maybe it was Morrissey calls him that, come to think of it. Oh my gosh. All right. I hope you guys, does that look better? Yeah, you guys can see it better. Yeah, that's big. All right. Aiden Kearney, known as TurtleBoy, faces multiple counts of witness intimidation stemming from his involvement in the Karen Reed murder case, where he advocated for her innocence. Research suggests that these charges relate to alleged harassment of witnesses throughout his blogging actions. Research suggests these charges relate to alleged harassment of witnesses throughout his blogging and actions. Okay. Initial 2023 indictments, yeah, we know that, including 16 counts and 8 specifically for witness intimidation, plus related offenses like wiretapping. I didn't know about is that true? Is there a wiretapping offense? Has he been wiretapping? Hurting Jim McCabe and calling over his feelings. That's what we're getting. That's what got me into the strain is witness intimidation and how a witness to be intimidated has to feel like that. I was like, Verba's mama is here. Hades is a Dutch Shepherd. Athena is a Belgian Mal, and they had 16 Mally Dutch puppies. I got to see some of them in action Sunday at K9 Bike Trail. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Harriet Williams. As a little kid to pass time at church, we would read hymn titles and add between the sheets.
My child just fell down.
Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Wiggle, 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 yeah.
And just like that, Harriet got next Sunday's church attendance up by 20% because now oh, that's not good. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best over here. This is so yeah. Well, let's put it like this: if I was ever on the mend, it's not now. All right. And again, I know that a lot of the stuff we've covered here before and all this other stuff on TurtleBoy, and I'll start skipping over things that seem repetitive. This was Grok. I mean, I'll show you here. There's a table involved in this. Look at this. Look how long this thing is. So, of course, I'm not going to read every little word and stuff. But, I mean, we get all the way down here. Wow, geez, I'm getting drunk spinning that so quickly. So, we'll just get to the table when we get to it. I think I got to shrink this down a little bit. That's too big for me. I want to go to the recent developments. Is my big thing. So, let's see. What are the charges here? Additionally, additional 2025. So here again, initial 2023 indictments, including 16 counts, 8 specifically for witness intimidation, plus related offenses like wiretapping. Evidence leans toward some charges being dropped in 2025, but several remain active. This is where Grok has those problems. Evidence leans like you can't get a solid answer. But you know what, guys, looking at it, 2023 is a long time ago when you're dealing with crap like this. And that's forever. I really hope that TurtleBoy is doing something for himself on a regular basis. Stepping away from the computer, getting away from the digital world, and focusing on himself. This is just it just sucks, and this is what bothers you is that the government has unlimited funds to go after you. That's why the best way to fight a lawsuit is not get sued. Man, that's just it's weird. It's weird for me. I don't know him. I hung out with him that one time over there on Baker's, but if you think about it, I'm doing something similar to what he's doing, and man, it's just. Yeah, okay. The 60 days, that's the one that got me. There's his total lack of due process in that. Total lack of that. Redhead Prince says wiretapping is legal, but illegal depends on who you know and messages. See, I don't know the background stories on any of this stuff. Like wiretapping, man, that's you think about you think about like a gangster type stuff, right? Godfather. All right. Additional 2025 charges arose from an incident at a pizza shop owned by witnesses, adding 2 more witness intimidation accounts. It seems likely that these are tied to broader allegations of interfering with the criminal proceedings. He was recently acquitted on a separate charge of violating an abuse prevention order, but the main cases are ongoing with a tentative trial in late 2026. There may be emerging claims of charges in New Jersey where details are limited and unconfirmed in primary. Is this true? Is that happen, chat? There's something in New Jersey? Oh, yes. Thank you, T42. If you haven't subscribed, please do. At 8,000 subs, okay? So like I originally said, every time I get 1,000 more subs, I'll stream for however many I've got. It's like 7,000. I did a 7-hour stream. So 8,000, I'll do an 8-hour stream up to 10. And then we'll see. At this point, I'm desperate. But I have I'm waiting to put this together. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Hopefully we can get this knocked out, get that 8,000. And this is what the White Rabbit got me for Christmas. So if you guys are into Lego, or even if you're not, you can watch an idiot try to play with trains. Me. Thank you so much, Steve, for reminding me. All right. So I didn't see anybody. What happened in New Jersey? Is that something that's real? Yeah, that's right. Redhead Princess, government funds. And that's something else. Like when you get down to like the Morrissey decision, that's something I always wonder. It's like you spent so much money on this case. The only consequence you have, the only time you have to face, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Your accountability comes in the election. And tonight, Morrissey is being accountable. The cases highlight. I love when I look over and I see Miss Jessica. My prostate is fine, thank you. The cases highlight tensions between free speech and alleged intimidation, with Kearney's defense arguing First Amendment protections while prosecutors claim his actions cross into harassment. Now, I find that very funny they say that because Massachusetts doesn't have an anti-doxing law, and they don't have a cyberbullying law. Now there is the only thing that's accountable to that is that they have a is there are federal well, there's a federal cyberbullying law, right? And a lot of times, in a lot of states have anti-doxing laws that people would be accountable to. I mean, they're kind of together, but they're not. Both of them involve the word harassment, right? So again, though, think about it. Think about the chain of evidence. And I don't know Massachusetts procedure. I don't know how their laws are written, or how they interpret laws. I mean, it's every state's different. But my gut feeling is that what happens is you think of like a chain of evidence, right? So you have to, if you're saying that you have witness intimidation and it's because of feelings, you have to draw a line straight to TurtleBoy. Like, how does that get there, right? And then you go backwards. The line, it doesn't stop at the witness. It goes back to how does like the witness, where do they come from? Where is their attachment to begin with TurtleBoy? That makes sense? Probably doesn't. I'm trying to think of it. I'll think of a better way to explain it. All right, but we like straight lines, and if you don't have that line to everything, you can't say, well, it may cross into harassment. Either it does or it doesn't. Then you debate on what is harassment. Yes. See, Strands, I keep pulling you up because you're the one keeping me on focus, right? This is selective prosecution. Selective prosecution at its finest. I like your terms of art. And also, I just thought about this, Strains. If you see Emily C., you tell her that you are in charge of my focus tonight. Taz, how are you doing? Glad to see you. Thank you so much for the memberships. I need to go and make sure that the Discord is up to date. That reminded me. Everything coming out of my mouth is just discombobulated.
Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Wiggle, 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 yeah.
Thank you, Taz. Hey, Sleepless Sleuth, how you doing? There you go. Yeah, thank you, Harriet. Harriet interpreted expertism. She's an interpreter. Well, that's scary. That's scary, Harriet. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's go here. Background allegations gained prominence. There was blog TurtleBoy. For instance, the March 2025 incident. Kurt was captured on video yelling and gesturing at a pizza shop window owned by the Alberts, who were witnesses. Hey, has anyone eaten at that pizza place? I just wonder if it's good pizza. I mean, that might be the true crime here. If the pizza sucks, man, there ain't nothing worse than a bad piece of pizza, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want the Albert's pizza. It might need to go up on charges if it sucks, but if it's good, I do like pizza. I'm non-discriminatory. Pizza. I mean, hell, we all ate pizza in school lunch, and that stuff was good. Lulu, how you doing, babe? What's happening? Look at it. Hey, everybody, you can't be sad when you see that smile. That's a great avatar picture. All right. This led to the indictment of 2 counts of witness intimidation, accusing him of attempting to cause physical, emotional, or economic harm to interfere with proceedings. Again, I don't know if this is accurate to the statutes of Massachusetts, but the place was closed, if I remember correctly. So I don't know how you're attempting to cause physical, emotional, or economic harm. Remember, you have the emotional thing really has me because it's such a hard thing to prove. But anyway, you have to. When I get off stream, I can sit here and say, people suck. This person sucks. To hell and back. How are you doing, babe? It is good to see you. Courtney, this YouTube has been killing me. I still have to tell you guys about X telling me that I need to slow down my tweeting today. He is also the brother of the man who owns the house. Probably Ron, the people on the place. I don't know. I'm not saying anything about that. But with I'm surprised there's not a YouTube review up about, oh, look, this is what the pizza looks like. There's got to be an Instagram. There has to be an Instagram. What is this? Oh, I got two things. Why didn't that one pop up? Redheaded Princess, your thing didn't pop up. And Strains here is saying, Chris and Colin said that they watched the video and it caused emotional harm. Are these men? Are these grown men? I mean, always been men? Men? I mean, I watched a video and it caused emotional harm. I'll tell you what, guys. Look, you have the option to not watch anything here if you think I'm causing emotional harm. But I understand, it's security footage and whatnot. But you know what? Hang on, I'm gonna pull Strains back up here. All right. So I like her comment. Chris and Colin said they watched a video and it caused emotional harm.
Beta!
What?
Beta! Beta!
You guys still have a good time, don't you? Oh my. Earlier in 2023, a grand jury indicted him on 16 counts connected to the Reed case. That's over with. Okay, recent developments. In October of 2025, prosecutors dropped one set of charges via nolle prosequi, including all my Latin, all that stuff is gone, y'all. There's a lot of Latin in law, and I still to this day cannot say stare decisis right. And I was made fun of when I tried to say it for the first time in law school, and so I've always I try to skip the Latin unless I'm sure about what it says. Sorry. Hey, look, I finally got some color in my cheeks. That's what happens when you get a little embarrassed and you start to blush. Let's see here. Including witness intimidation and wiretapping allegations tied to a specific accuser, Lindsay Gaetani. I don't know who that is. This followed the withdrawal of a special prosecutor amid a lawsuit. However, Kearney still faces the remaining 2033 indictments and the pizza shop charges. So 2023, that's where he went to jail for 60 days, correct? Sleepless Sleuth. I have not seen a video. I sure would love to, though. Mediocre chicken parm. Has anybody been to the Albert's place? How's their chicken parm? No. Mediocre. That's what. Okay. Zach's awesome, y'all. Still faces the 2023 and the pizza shop. A new judge assigned in late 2025. So that means I'm assuming there was a motion to have the judge that was there they conflict out or something. I mean, because if you're appointed a judge, that comes from the Supreme Court usually, right? Do I have that right? By the way, did you know that Roseman plays with flowers in a good way? She sent me never mind. Additionally, prosecutors have sought access to Karen Reed's cell phones to probe potential conspiracy between her and Kearney. Is that true? A conspiracy between Karen Reed and TurtleBoy? I mean, are they saying that? Well, wait a second. As a layman, hearing this for the first time, I probably did hear it. Okay. But when you read something, it sticks a little bit thicker. Are you telling me that they're trying to say that he conspired with Karen Reed to run over John O'Keefe and blame the police department? Is that? See, I don't know. But if you told me that, if we were just hanging out and you're like, hey, expert, did you hear this? That would be my question I'd ask you. You're telling me that they're trying to say he conspired with her to do this? Anyway. Let's see here. Kearney was acquitted in wait, hold on. The conspiracy between her and Kearney, though no ruling has been made. Kearney was acquitted mid-2025 on a charge of violating an abuse prevention order. Oh yeah, that's the girlfriend thing, right? Social media discussions. I love that Grok put that in here. Suggest possible criminal charges filed against him in New Jersey in late 2025 by a former associate, but these appear separate and lack detailed confirmation in court records. Okay, so there are no charges filed. That's what you're telling me. If there's not a paper trail, it's something that's high profile like this. If there's not a press conference, there's no charges are filed. Lefty, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? She gave scoops to a reporter to write stories. They think. I mean, I get that, right? But think about it. I mean, I was just reading it for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, where's this conspiracy going? Like, because it's a high profile case, y'all. I mean, you don't have conspiracy in the middle of it. That's just so weird. It's like halfway through it, it's like, you know what it looks like? Like the district attorney's office is like going, oh crap, man, we're losing this case bad. We need to blame somebody. Who's the scapegoat? Oh, that loudmouth over there. Which, by the way, y'all, being from the South, I've always heard that everybody in Massachusetts is a loudmouth. So that could be a very vague statement. Me. Hey Casey, how you oh wait, that's Prince. Hey Casey, how you doing? You know what? Next the thing got me. So I really dig your flag. I was like, wait a second, that's in front of a window, isn't it? But yes, yeah, they do want him in jail. They're trying to get a win after horrible losses. Hey, guess what? Side Morrissey can't win anything anymore. He already lost. The Broad Squad. That's what Lefty calls the mods because everyone is a female. Right, Zach? Hey, RJ, how you doing? Only in Boston are they all loudmouths. I've never been. I'll take your word for it, though. I've met some really great people from Massachusetts. I've met some great people coming in here. I really do appreciate you guys. All right, let's go back over here. Aiden Kearney, the Massachusetts-based blog known as TurtleBoy, has become a polarizing figure of true crime. Okay, yeah, we know that. Kearney's charges began accumulating. We know that. How's this? Is this the right thing? Why do I feel like it jumped? New judge. Beyond the Massachusetts case, there's unconfirmed. It did jump. Okay, here we go. We're getting to the table now. All right. Kearney's defense has consistently framed the charges as retaliatory, aimed at silencing dissent against alleged police corruption in the Reed case. His attorneys argue that his blogging constitutes protected journalism, and any interactions were nonviolent exercises of free speech. Now, we're going to ultimately on this, we're going to get really into free speech and journalism, freedom of the press. Not right this second, but estrogen's a hell of a drug. Let's see here. But anyway, it's all All right. So the charges as retaliatory, aimed at silencing dissent against alleged police corruption in the Reed case. When I read that just a moment ago, the thing that got me is, people really hate YouTubers, and it's always seemed like it's YouTubers because YouTube's a very successful platform. But they see you, Kate. But they it's weird. It's so weird. Oh, I'll tell you what, Twitter or X, right? So there was a time just like a couple of years ago where a corporation would change a policy of theirs based on one comment because they don't know how to handle it. They don't know when people start saying something like, I'm never going to, shop at your place again. That's going to blow over within 24 hours. I don't know how much social media really sticks when you're dealing with opinions. It's like, this isn't a fact that, the pizza place down the street had cockroaches. It's just an opinion. And then when the health inspector report comes out, it says they had cockroaches and rats, and that gets published, that becomes a fact. And then that's when people will start to migrate away from a business or something. That's how I always see it. But man, people hate this. They don't understand it. They hate the fact they like the press, the traditional press, because they're always inviting them to, grand openings and all this stuff. They're, hobnobbing with them. And what you end up finding out is that if you get the press just right, you get free public relations out of them. It's free advertising. Sorry. Supporters often identified as turtle riders. Wait, hold on. Wait, I gotta go back. It was not. It was protected. His attorneys argue his blogging constitutes protected journalism, and any interactions were nonviolent exercises of free speech. Supporters are often self-identified as turtle riders. I've not heard that before. That's a new one for me. I mean, because I was like, that's awesome. In my mind, I'm sitting here going, man, turtle's a poor choice for transportation. Historically, they're known as being very slow. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Turtle riders. I like that. Turtle riders have rallied through fundraisers, raising funds for his legal defense amid claims of facing up to 90 years in prison. A figure that appears inflated. I don't think. Oh, was it 60? Did Emily say it was 60 years? Does that seem right? Or is my dyslexia getting me? Hey, other Mary B. I don't know if I said hey to you or not. What's up, Miss Number? Prison. A figure that seems deflated as it assumes maximum consecutive sentences across all counts. Critics, including former FBI agents and legal commentators, counter that Kearney's tactics terrorized innocent parties, undermining the justice system. The only way you can prove that is with facts. You gotta have a lot of facts, and everything up there is so weird. To illustrate the progression of events, the following table summarizes key milestones in Kearney's cases. Now, this is that table I was talking about. This is the one that I'm this is going to be part of my notes. But y'all run to Emily, tell her I've got notes. I've got study material I'm collecting. I love it. You guys, she's really cool. And that's part of so I was on X the other day, and she was just taking a lot of abuse and stuff. I was like, man, I hate that, because she was on my stream last night. But anyway, she's very cool. Let's see here. Initial indictment: 16 counts, including 8 for witness intimidation, tied to Karen Reed case and harassment allegations. March of 2025, the pizza shop incident. May of 2025. It was every month he got a thing. Additional indictment: 2 new witness intimidation counts from pizza shop event. June of 25, acquittal on separate charge, clearing a violation of abuse prevention. All right. July of 25, plea on new charges, not guilty to pizza shop counts. Next hearing set for August. October, charges are dropped. You guys have any idea how much money that cost to have the charges dropped? I mean, Hey, Squid, how you doing? Kearney pronounced like Carney? Sorry, you may remind me of my days in the fair. Ooh, I caught that one in time to turn off the mic. Hold on, what does the Carney mean? What does that mean? What am I missing here? I'm still at work, so just learning. Squid, be safe. We love you, kiddo. Hey, oops, I hit the wrong one. Hey, Ray, wait until you hear about the rubber duckies. I did hear about that. Ray, did you get a shave? I think you shaved. Congratulations. Was it FFS? Facial feminization surgery? All right, Strange. What am I supposed to be doing? They have spent more money going after TurtleBoy than Karen. Are you being serious? Wait, hold on. Wait, no. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for Massachusetts, but it's a lot of money to defend it. And again, you guys, you have to realize, I'm not. I could do a whole stream about why this is personal to me, and the personal thing is because, like I said a moment ago, we do essentially the same thing. We're on a screen. We're in front of a microphone. Al Gore gave us this wonderful invention of the internet, and we're able to use this for hopefully for good, right? Oh wait, that's how his last name's. What did I say? Did I say Kearney? It's Carney. Is that what happened? So here's what's funny, and now I get it. So, guys, I knew Kearney spelled exactly like TurtleBoys. So that will constantly mess that up. Yeah, I knew those. Yeah. You figure $100 million, the government's like, oh, it was $100 million. No, I'll tell you what, man, it's 33 cents for every American man, woman, and child. I'll take my 33 cents back, please. Carney, like Carnival, per description of Massachusetts. I got you. Yeah, I knew a Kearney, and that's gonna be hard for me. Expert in Greta Thunberg saving the world. Zach, wouldn't that be cool, man, if Greta would come up here? Wouldn't that be cool? Could you imagine just interviewing her? I'd be like, when did you become self-aware? When was that day? Oh, that's under the legal theory of taxpayer liability. Yeah. Halfway through it went out of my head. I just lost it. I need a head. I have events, maybe read indictment and then watch Aiden's video about his charges and then read better resolution. Hey, listen, I am going. Abbott is a very strict protocol over here of following what Emily C gave me the other day because you get lost in this so easily. This is what Grok is saying. I did not read this. I have not done anything. I just wanted to see how accurate Grok is and make sure and ask you guys. You guys are the pros. Y'all are the experts, right? Y'all will correct me or correct Grok and get me on the right path. Who's Bettero? Which one's Bettero? I have that written down somewhere. Yeah, you caught that. You caught that. Zach! Greta will happily jump on a stream-powered rowboat to come yell at on your show. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Zach, I am not. Zach, has this. When I do the wiggle thing, well, you'll see like there's my face is, or that's actually Zach's body. That Zach did the original. So we'll just
another win for the toe.
We like Zach's toe. Catnip for Velcro Cat. Oh, Pixie things. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Got one right here. But I have to eat my dinner first, which is a Reese's protein bar. Before I have a
wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Wiggle, 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 yeah.
I'll tell you what. After this, I'll open up. I've never had one. It'll be a first. You guys can be with me. I have my first time. Bump. All right. So, so to get this, like when you see this like this, like for me, because I know what the cost associated with it is, it's absolutely insane. July 25 was the not guilty. October, Nelly Persecche and one of the intimidation wiretapping involving Greta or whatever you say there. Tawny Katane. That's what I don't know. December 25, tentative trial last month. December 1st wait, there's a tentative trial now. It's going to be on December 1st of 26. Oh, dude. Oh, that sucks, man. That's a whole another year of his life just stuck in lawyers' offices and bad nights of sleep and everything else. Golly. I'm going to take a moment, y'all, and say if you aren't sub, please sub up. I'm trying to get to 8,000. When we do, I'll do an 8-hour stream. It's going to be a chill stream. We're going to have a good time, and you can ask me anything you want. I'll give you I'll tell you all about my sleeping habits. I sleep 3 inches above the bed. It's kind of like a little levitation thing. Once you become self-aware, like Greta, you can do a lot of different things. But it's more of a tantric protocol. All right. So December 21st. Now, this is what's upcoming. I do know this. The pretrial hearings on prosecutor disqualification and evidence access potential for delays. Oh, wait a second. That's the next one's going to be on prosecutor disqualification. And the prosecutor just stepped down. Now, did step down for this. Just announced he's not running for re-election. That excites me. Not because it means anything legal, and not because it means anything in this case, but because that's the political nerd in me. That is exciting. Because you remember in politics, perception is reality, right? It's just perception is reality. Yes. All right. The timeline underscores the protracted nature of the proceedings, influenced by the intertwined recase dynamics. So here, as the tentative December 26th trial approaches, outcomes remain uncertain. Convictions could set precedents limiting aggressive blogging on active cases. Here we go, folks. That's the big one right there. That's the one. Remember I said it's personal, that where does it hurt here is think about that. If he gets convicted, anybody who does this in Massachusetts could get convicted. And they'll use that case as precedent for future cases. They'll be like, this is Commonwealth versus Carney. I got that right. I think this is Commonwealth versus Carney. This is, I mean, you'll be like, yeah, well, this is obviously witness intimidation because they're a blogger and they have whatever channels, YouTube and Twisted, Twitter, and My Butt, and all those other things. C Commonwealth v. Carney. The one sitting down is not the one trying this case. But he's a different jurisdiction? Because if it's the same jurisdiction, I mean, it's his office, right? That's why I'm saying it. Everything has that prosecutor's name attached to it, just because he is the district attorney. That makes sense what I'm saying? I mean, that's my understanding. But that's how it would be around here, at least. So many people did the same thing and worse. No charges. It's personal. Yeah, like there's a lot of drama going on YouTube about this stuff right now, y'all, and all that stuff. I mean, that this case could be precedents for stuff in that, because the keyword's harassment. Harassment is a very broad term, Oh, it is his office. See, so yeah, that's it. This is the greatest compliment I've ever had. Thank you, Mary B. This is usually how most people say they understand me. No, the district attorney isn't running, but he is the one who hired the special prosecutor trying in his case. Well, and no matter how you look at it, too, Aiden's being prosecuted from from Morrissey's office. I mean, Morrissey has the authority to drop charges. I mean, that the buck stops at his desk. It's not transfer. There's no transferred intent or anything like that. It's still his, and that's the is that true? Adderall's a hell of a drug. Huh. I appreciate you saying I'm staying on topic. That's weird. How is P. Diddy doing nowadays? Anyway. Well, now here we go. Now, while acquittals might embolden similar activism, so that's the thing. Okay, so think about that. So when trying to convince a jury for something, right, you're looking at as, do you want this type of behavior to continue in your community? Now, when you're sitting up there as a juror, jurors traditionally, you ever hear the term like, well, he wouldn't have been arrested if he wasn't guilty, right? We've all heard that term. That's not true. That's not true. Dodo, I'm sorry. Love you, babe. Oh, wait a second. So you guys, I'm going sideways here. In my thought, I appreciate you letting me know this, because I'm learning everything. No one in the DA's payroll to prosecute him, and exactly, nobody wanted to prosecute. That's why Morrissey had to hire a special prosecutor. So what you guys are saying, that just stinks of unclean hands. So he just goes around. You're telling me that your boss comes in and tells you you got to do this, and you're going to say, no, I'm not going to do that. What a wimp. I mean, I'm sorry. That's an attorney, man. That's just a wimp move. District attorney comes up, they don't tell you, they don't ask your permission. They ask, do you have any conflicts with doing this case? If you don't have conflicts, you're doing this case. That's your job. He's going to imagine going around with a little cup of coffee in the morning. He's like, hey, buddy, will you do this? Oh, no, he won't. Well, maybe I'll see if Sarah down here will do it. No, that's not it at all. Needs hand sanitizer and Dawn. That's what you're saying. Please binge microdots. I would be happy to, but I've got to know what I'm binging. Does that make sense? I just feel like the guy Robert DA as a DA office Pascal Marcy. So Nancavi, I mean that just tells me like also on a political thing, like what happens? Like, do they have debates up there? I don't know. Would there be a debate? I've never heard of a DA debating another DA, but you can't say stuff if he knows stuff and it's not been charges haven't been brought out or anything. He can't say anything about it. I don't know. I'll squirrel that one away for later. Yeah, then I did one of Microdot's things. It was the one where with the audio from the girlfriend. That was the stream where I realized Carney. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to say it enough times that I'll remember. The girlfriend was the exact same personality as Laura Owens. If you guys don't know Laura Owens, I'm gonna leave you to look that one up. Clayton Eckert was the guy she dragged through the mud. All right, so acquittals might embolden similar activism. That was my thing. I was talking about the jury. They're going to say to the jury, say, do you want this type of behavior to continue in your community? Yes or no? That's the ultimate question they have to answer. If you're trying to persuade them, the ultimate thing is they have to go by the pattern jury instructions and do exactly what the law is written. Let's see here. For the most accurate updates, monitor Norfolk Superior Court filings or reputable news outlets and social media accounts, including Kearney's. Often, for the most accurate updates, go to the court. That's what I've been saying this whole time. I love it. Grok telling me to go to the court. That's why I'm always like, you always got to do the facts. You got to go to the court, right? Yeah, I want to see the filings. I want to see what's on there. And then she goes on to say that Carney's, he's biased towards himself. Well, no, Sherlock. Elon's, I hope he doesn't lose his focus on this AI thing because it's funny. All right, the key citations are Court TV, new charges, Telegram, Gazette, indictment, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, I had on my other screen down here, I have the same thing pulled up, but it brings up the next question to ask would be First Amendment in journalism. Now, we're not going to cover that tonight because the First Amendment is very broad, very, very, very broad. And hey, Hellfish, how you doing? See, the corruption runs deep, as has been ingrained for generations. That is a very good statement. That ingraining, I've seen that in look at a presidential election, and you see every state. They talk about swing states and all this other stuff, right? So every state's a little different, and every county in that state, you'd be surprised how different counties are. Like there are some counties, like you'll have a like ABC, NBC, CBS, right? They've been on the air for 100 years. Well, in smaller areas, you'll have each one of those broadcast stations will be in a different county, but they cover the whole metro area, right? And if you go to, people will watch the news from their county. They won't watch from other counties, even though it's all the same stuff. Once the local news is over, they'll flip over and watch whatever, Jimmy Fallon's on or whatever. It's and that's that. Why did they do it? Mom and dad did it, it's wild. See here. Hey, how you doing out and about? Oh wait, whoa, hold on. So you're in Massachusetts, is that right? Is that what you're saying, or are you saying that free speech is dead here? Because in the general term, I hate seeing statements like that. Free speech. So free speech isn't free. We've heard that. Free speech is also very misunderstood. You don't. It's very misunderstood. We've all seen that from because it's the government. It's my right to say anything about the government and stuff like that. Whenever there's usually an issue brought up, people start screaming free speech, and it's like that's not how free speech works. However, free speech is uniquely American, and there is something about free speech that other countries that they don't have that right, and they weren't talking about. We're talking about ingrained, right? We have that. If we're sitting at a dinner table with people and someone tells you to shut up, yeah, you're just like you're shocked. You're like, I have free speech. We naturally, it's a right. The Declaration of Independence talks about we have inalienable rights that were given to us by our Creator. That is no more apparent in public ideology than the right of free speech. There is no greater way to slap an American in the face than to try to tell them they can't say something or take away their speech. It's the most wonderful, beautiful thing, and no other country in the world has it. They don't understand. They'll say here, like you'll see something like I saw something on X today talking about they can't believe something in America. It was a protest in England, complain about America. So why don't they just tell the people to shut up and not do this? I'm like, you don't understand free speech. You said that term. I always like Brogan Baker. I always say, listen, man, like. Don't overexert yourself when you come to America. I don't want you choking on our air. I don't want you to choke on that sweet, sweet freedom. And he and I have had long discussions, all night long about how the rights different countries have and stuff. And he is excuse me, I'm kind of going off on this is my little man crush right on Baker. It's not that. It's that I love meeting someone from a different country. I never thought that would happen, like how it is. I become friends with somebody that has an understanding and embraces the American values so well. He reminds me of the Pilgrims, I want something better. I should have this because I think of it. And that is such a American ingrained thought. And I hate hearing that about Massachusetts because that is the cradle of democracy. Carney, right? Did I say right? Carney. It's a Carney. Hey, I've always had a good time with the Carneys. And the Carneys. Melissa Jane gives it 5 membership. You know what? I was gonna say something about how this is how you channel or you work around free speech. She wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Oh my gosh, you got me laughing. Sorry. I understand that free speech isn't free from consequences, but we are losing the right to speak truth to power in Massachusetts. Everybody from Massachusetts that when you feel this way and stuff, please be very vocal about it. Because we don't I was getting ready to say this, Zach. We don't appreciate what that's like to feel that way. And we do have to appreciate what that's like. If we're not aware, then if it's not written in stone, it'll soon be done away with. Even if it's written in stone, it's like you have a mountain, and you got the little guy. It starts off with a chisel, and a hammer, and he's mining the mountain, and enough time chipping away at your rights. There's no more mountain. So yeah, that's just I hate saying that. Aiden's fighting for free speech. That's why he's in so much trouble. That's another one. That's very true. And I say like this is nationwide. You're seeing this now. Little things like this, and it's when in doubt, wiggle it out. Zach used to say that, and then I got the clip of him dancing. Sarah, be sure and check out the benefits of being a member. What was I gonna say? Is there something else that I missed? Thomas says, period. Guys, well, you have a few more minutes, right? I like to get close to 2 hours if possible, and don't really go over that. But I still have this thing, man. I'm dying to see what it is. I just want you guys to see what it is. It's brand new. It was at Costco. Costco, that's where we do all of our food shopping, clothes shopping, and it's where I got my law degree from. Welcome to Costco. We love you. Anyway. Is that time of the month for Thomas? No. Trains don't have a time of the month if they're German. Look at this. Look at that. That looks good. That looks. Oh, those are like little peanut butter chips. Oh, it's peanut butter everywhere. That's what the inside looks like. Oh. Dang. That's a good protein bar. Oh my gosh. My nose is itching. Holy cow. I was eating olives one day when I was sick, and all of a sudden I was like, hey, these don't taste good. I can't eat them anymore. They're down in the fridge now. So the taste, it has the same texture of like a lot of like your very compact protein bars. It's thick, it's kind of chewy, but it's very peanut buttery. It's very fresh peanut buttery. Oh, did you hear me chewing? Sorry about that. Hey, Magic Angel, how you doing? Enjoying getting to know you a little better tonight. Thanks for the presentation. Hey, next, thank you so much for coming by here. I'm a no drama dude, and all this is because Broken Baker invited me onto a stream. His new streaming platform was messing up on my end, and I couldn't see anything. I was just sitting there talking to a blank screen for a couple hours. And anyway, oh yeah, I do. I moved my box over there so that way the dogs can get to it. But and then TurtleBoy came in. This on, I think it was December 20th on Baker's when he did this stream, and TurtleBoy came on, and I didn't know of him, but didn't know him, and then all of a sudden he brought this up about what happened. I was like, what? And evidently people said that my face was the funniest thing. They said I just gave this, like, I wasn't talking, I'm listening, and then all of a sudden you could see it was like I heard it was like brake screeching. You come to a halt. It's like, what you talking about, Willis? And that's why I got interested in this. And Broken Breaker said, listen, you need to talk to this person. You need to do this. And next thing you know, it's just a fascinating case. And there's several cases that are like this that kind of come together. What the hell started like this? Laura Owens, it's like this. We got TurtleBoy thing now. And so what I'm hoping to do is get into it some more. I just go right into that facts thing. What's that issue, that whole thing? And then kind of tie it all together, because I think there's a greater thing here. And this is what got me on X, which reminds me, I got to tell you guys about me getting slowed down today by them. What gets me about it is that I'm seeing a pattern, and it's all it takes for evil to win is for good men to sit around and do nothing. Thomas Jefferson, what an idiot. Benjamin Franklin. Well, wait a second. Lori Wallace says Baker is the best. No. Oh wait, hell, do you guys know about that whole no thing? When I met Baker, it started off, Valhalla had told me that he was from Norway, and I was like, so for like a couple months, I was like, my Norwegian friend, I was like, oh, you know what? They have a lot of cruise ships from Norway, don't they? And he kept looking at me weird, and he always was saying no. And then it got to the point where he started saying no before I'd be like, do you have sun? Like, have you guys ever seen the sun in where you live? And he would say, no, we have sun exactly this amount of time on this day. And I was like, I started saying to people, do you ever notice that Baker always says no at the beginning of everything? He always tells me no at everything, because I was getting so bad. And I said that to him one time, and he says, no, I do not start everything with no. And then Roseman Ranch, she picked up on it, and she got that clip for me. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Baker's no is the greatest thing ever. That's very, very true. You should read the Betero letters. Nancabby, where do I get the Betero letters? That's all I need. My days are a little weird, right? I'm trying to catch up on life that I missed out on for a while. And I have a very long honey-do list. And so I don't like to spend my time focusing on reading stuff. And I'm a highlighter guy. I get the highlighter out and all that stuff. But I love doing it. The streamer in me loves to do it live, because you get that initial reaction. I don't think there's anything better than a live reaction. Oh, wait a second. Hang on here. So if you guys think the Betero letters or whatever would be good for me, send it my way. Oh, by the way, it's the expert at email.com. So if you send me an email, though, you go back and chat and tell me that you did, because I don't check email very often. I don't like it. I haven't used the personal email in years. Don't let the loser, lackluster locust from Lifetime get you confused with the plot points either. Those fools brought the Boston Garden back from the dead with devil's magic. That was poetry, Elvish. That was poetry. Baker was saying, I watched the stream last night, right? And I was like, why is he sitting here sipping drink every 5 seconds? I don't understand what's going on. Strange, you're awesome. You're awesome. So I asked him, I sent him a message like, why were you, what's going on? And he said it was because of the Lifetime thing. And I was like, oh, we're not, I was like, we don't have Lifetime here. I was like, it's not allowed. White Rabbit would not. She's like, no, you're not going to watch a Lifetime thing. None of us are, because my wife is amazing. Well, she's a little dense, maybe, because she married me. Still can't figure that one out. So, yeah, that kind of scares me. I'm going to change subjects now. I missed one. We appreciate your attention to these cases, expert. What's your email? I'll send you the expert at email. It's not Gmail. It's email. When I signed up for the, starting the channel, I was like, oh man, this is cool, because I don't want Google reading my emails. I was like, email.com. Seems easy enough. Everybody always ends up saying it's a Gmail. I don't get it, but it's email.com. So, yeah, if you guys, the main thing is if anybody has the stuff to the documents, anything that he charges, stuff like that. That's what I like. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Federal letters are filed with the courts. So that's where I need to go to. God, well, I already forgot the county. All I can think of was Nantucket. I once met a man from Nantucket. He was carrying a bucket full of. That was really good. Thank you, team. Oh, yeah, hit me up on Discord. I actually checked that. Yeah, hit me up. That's awesome. Yeah, Discord and X are the best ways to communicate with me. Not guaranteeing that I'll get to it right away. You guys have to write. So, Norfolk County. Thank you. What did I say? Nantucket. I have limericks on the mind. You guys, people give me a hard time about not checking my messages and stuff. A lot of times I'm out, I get notification. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I see that person replied to me. It's either about something earlier or something, blah, blah, blah. But for the last few months, going back to July, I was in a hospital bed, sitting next to my mom in a hospital bed. And I just didn't care. I can't. Everything is just like, it's weird, it's like sometimes you eat a bowl of ice cream because that's the only thing you think you can keep down. That's your dinner. Might be your breakfast too. But anyway, my mom, those of you that are new here, my mom passed away a month ago. And so now it's like, where am I? What am I doing? It was strange to see the sun, we had a Christmas tree up in the house. I didn't even know it. And then, like I said, I've got a huge honeydew list, and I didn't know that I had a big, huge bare spot in my front yard where Brown Dog likes to go out there, and he just gets on his back. He's like, I'll do this. It feels so good. It feels so good. And I'm like, I've got yard work. I didn't mow the yard last year, y'all. I mean, my backyard was like a jungle. It was bad. This is a big honeydew list, and I don't like melons or berries or fruit, but a lot of reading. Just give me a heads up. You know what? We'll try this. I got some tricks on my side. So guys, all this started. I started doing the speak with Grok, the voice thing, and the only thing that I had a problem with is that I do want to go back and check. I want to do see, make sure that Grok had it right. Because the other day I got started asking all these legal questions about it. It's not that I'm asking legal questions. I'm asking I said, can you answer something for me in the way that you'd answer it like in a law firm, like a memorandum or something? And he said, yeah, sure can. I was like, all right, this is cool. And then it's weird because you realize you're talking to a robot or whatever the hell the thing is. But you start getting used to it. And I was amazed. By the time I got done talking, I was like, there is so much here. It was a great amount of information. And for me to look up all that, it would have taken days. It really would have. And it was amazing. This tech's crazy, y'all. It's going to take over everything. You had your priorities in the right order. Well, understand and here for you. I love you, Harriet. And you got a new avatar. Y'all, Harriet Williams is the only person I think that changed. If you guys change your avatars, I may forget who you are. It's a mental problem I have. One of the many. Did I say hi, Danielle? I did, didn't I? And anyway, for some reason, I remember Harriet when she changed her. She started off with a fireman from a fire. So sorry about your mom person. Hey, thanks. It's I don't know. Like last night, I was saying something, and I don't have the like the grief, you know, like everybody deals with grief in a different way. And I'm shocked with the way it was done with me. It was my mom transitioned. I, f- I could feel it. I could feel her. And I promise you, the only way I can describe it is that scene in Star Wars, you know, the original one, where Luke Skywalker watches Darth Vader strike Obi-Wan Kenobi down, and he's like, no, and he's blasting away, and then he hears Obi-Wan say, "Run, Luke, run." So I've always been able to feel my mom. So now I'm trying to work my eye ducts. Luckily, and I get this from her. I don't have eye ducts. I am a tearless person. That's what we're gonna go with. I love you guys. I gotta eat this because I'm hungry. You guys have been great. I appreciate everybody. This was a random. Had no idea it's gonna happen. Stream. Remember, the big takeaways are. I almost said something I think probably bad, but the big takeaway is that Morrissey's out, free speech is in, and TurtleBoy is pronounced Carney. Guys, I love y'all. Thank you so much. I promise one day to learn how to drink out of a straw.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 it's a fire.